Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. By McDonald's of Michigan, try the new strawberry watermelon refresher with freeze-dried strawberries today. By Rally House Michigan, it's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House. And by Steel, find your local Steel dealer at steelusa.com. Guardians didn't score a run. Guardians didn't strike out. Kader Montero had 2 whiffs all day yesterday. It was a wacky day here at Comerica Park, and that is just the thing for one more thing. The last 5 pitching shutouts with no strikeouts are on your screen, and no, somebody didn't just hit like Control X, Control V, Control C, and a bunch of stuff happened. The Tigers have 3 of the last 4. And by the way, that game in 2014, the catcher for Oakland was Stephen Vogt.
Wow, how about that? So he's been involved in 2 of those.
Come on.
That's crazy.
The last 2.
To see a game, a 9-inning baseball game, almost at any level with no strikeouts is unheard of. But what we saw yesterday just showed how much in control Kader Montero was, being able to control bat speed that way. Bunch of mishits. Great job from him and Holton and Kevin Jansen in the end as well.
And now the bullpen's ready to go, which is good news. The White Sox maybe don't have a couple guys. Murakami versus Job coming up next.
The Colonel has a bucket list.
Tigers baseball is presented by Figer Law. Fireworks Friday night at the ballpark here at Comerica Park. It is a lovely night for baseball. Now the air was stickier than a Post-it note the other day. It's thicker than deep dish today. I'll tell you what, either the weather graphic got into a book of poetry or something. It's got that right brain working.
Definitely.
Yeah. Jackson Jobe back on the hill, wall side windows, starting pitcher for the Tigers. Bobby, his stuff was live last time out.
It was coming out hot, and it was good to see. You know he was pumped up. His first time back on a big league mound, period, full stop, in a long time. He's going to be pumped up again here tonight. You see that 5 innings, 1 hit, 4 tickets, just the 1 walk. Just the 1 walk is a big deal. Him being in control of his emotions. He knows what's on the line. This is a big series. It's a Friday night in the D. Tigers got the orange on. He wants this. Is he going to be able to weather the storm as emotionally and adrenaline-wise early? It's going to be key to stay in the strike zone with these guys.
Especially considering this is the type of night that he rehabbed for, to be in the middle of a race like this. The White Sox don't chase a ton as a group, and you see they kind of level off at 33% or better. The top of the order, Murakami, for a power hitter, keeps you in the strike zone pretty well.
Yeah, he does do a nice job of not chasing outside of the zone. That said, you can beat him in the strike zone with certain pitches in certain spots. Jackson Jobe has the weapons to beat guys in the zone tonight. That's what he's going to have to do.
He will face Sam Antonacci first. Tigers and White Sox. If it all goes right, first place would be on the line on Sunday. Jackson Jobe starts down that road with strike 1 to Antonacci, and we are underway. Wheels up time 6:40 on the dot for Jackson Jobe. See Antonacci, who does have a solo home run against the Tigers this year, checking his swing and bailing. It's a ball and a strike. No, it did graze him. I didn't see a signal. I thought it did. I thought I heard a clip.
Yes.
DJ Rayburn, I didn't see a signal at first, but Antonacci is going to first base, and I believe that's the right call.
Just off the back of that shoe there. Slider down and in. Talk about the back foot slider. There it is. You didn't want it right there.
Now, the umpires are going to talk it over.
Not sure. I mean, it's pretty clear. Not sure what they're talking about.
The view the batter was hit in the back foot. The call on the field's overturned. It's a hit by pitch. Awarded first base. Chicago retains their challenge.
Oh, so they had to challenge into that.
I did not know that.
Is the word.
That's a new one for me.
Yeah, I didn't see a signal by DJ Rayburn.
Nor did I. He certainly didn't say anything. We would have heard it, but at any rate, first batter of the game's on Antonacci with the hit by pitch.
So he was trying to get them to challenge it. He was using the signal. That one gets him too. It's back-to-back plunkings to open the game. Murakami's on, and the White Sox have 2 aboard. I would say without moving a muscle, but we saw in very slow motion 1 muscle move.
Well, it doesn't surprise me that he hit Murakami with that same type of pitch for the simple reason that's where you got to go with him. You go under his hands below the zone with breaking balls if you can. That's the one area he will chase, and there's some swing and miss in there. But now, without putting the ball in play, they're in business.
The World Cup ended earlier this summer. There's the first one.
Yep,
by that
slider
much.
down and in.
And then
it's the curveball.
And then Jackson Jobe takes aim at a bullseye. 2 strikes on Vargas. That is the thing about Jackson. He could just go punch, punch, punch and be done with this. But you don't want to be in that situation against this offense.
Absolutely not. These guys are going to hunt the fastball. He's got a good one. It's going to be a battle of wills all night.
Pivot to second.
Good power heater for Jackson Jobe. You will see triple digits tonight for sure. That last one was 99. He normally sits in that upper 90s, 98, 99 area.
Breaking ball, Vargas does not swing. A ball and 2 strikes. You saw at the top of the show one of Vargas's 4 hits against the Tigers this year. It was the walk-off against Drew Anderson at Wright Field on the south side of Chicago back in May. 1-2 is in there. Strike 3. Challenged. It looked like he was thinking about it. It's a T-Mobile ABS challenge. Vargas did go to the helmet. And the White Sox very aggressive on challenges. That pays off.
Pitch the ball.
It pays off. He wasn't convinced. That was a real sheepish challenge by Vargas right there.
Yeah, it was.
And he got away with it. That's a nasty pitch from Jackson Jobe right there, though. I wouldn't be surprised. Go right there with that again. Start at the bottom rail, break it out of the zone. He's going to swing over the top.
2-2 to Vargas. That's away. 3 balls, 2 strikes at 100.
Easy cheese from the young fella.
It's a huge pitch early coming up here.
It really is.
3-2. A big lead from Antonacci. And the payoff is popped up foul.
Jobe does a nice job of locating that fastball at the top of the zone. Plays so well up there. We talk about spin rate. We talk about the properties that make a fastball play up. 2,250 RPMs is normal major league average spin rate. He's sitting 2,450 right now.
And he gets a reach on a slider and a pop-up close enough for the infield fly rule to come into play. McGonagall's got it anyway, and we will take the opportunity after a non-plunking to give you the starting defense for the Tigers. Malgeri, Clark, and McKinstry, Keith and McGonigal, Torres and Torkelson. Dylan Dingler has the plate. But Bobby, the way the White Sox hit homers, free passes, free bases are just not a great idea against this group.
Not at all. Not at all, because they can change. They can leave the house in a hurry. Done it all year long.
They're 6th in the league in home runs. Benintendi indecisive on a 2-seamer. Strike 1. Wow. Hot Corner says first time the Tigers have hit each of the first 2 batters since July of '85. It was Randy O'Neal at the old ballpark in Arlington. That's a called strike on a curveball. 0-2.
Just really difficult to manage when you got a guy out there chucking 100. He can drop breaking balls back door on you for strikes.
Swing and a miss on a changeup. Oh boy, secondary city for Benintendi.
There's no doubt about it. Like you said, the guy's throwing 100 out there. You're sitting there, you're Benintendi, you've seen it. That's a heater down and away. Boom, curveball. Change the eye level and shape there. And this, for me, is my favorite pitch of his.
Really?
Absolutely. You got 100 in the tank, and you pull out a changeup at 87 that's diving down and away that far from left-handed hitters. That is difficult to cover.
Zip in a fastball at 99 for Braden Montgomery, the 23-year-old who is actually a year younger than Jackson Jobe. A pretty young bottom of the order for the White Sox here. 0-1 is a slider for a ball. 1-1 to Braden Montgomery, who does have 4 home runs in his young career. Check swing on that fluttering changeup. He held up nicely on it. Montgomery, 2-1.
It's a pretty good take right there. Good approach from the young man, switch hitter. Really high on him in Chicago.
Oh, you got to be really strong to check your swing on that, and he did. It's called a ball. It's 3-1. Two close pitches and nifty takes by Montgomery. 3-1. He looks at a slider for a strike. Boy, Jackson Jobe is filling out a picture frame.
That's confidence right there. That is absolute confidence from the young man on the mound. Real easy. Got 100 in the tank. You can rear back and throw one on top of the zone. Nope. I'm going to paint this outside corner with a backdoor slider. And as a hitter, you're just like, now what is this guy going to do to me now? He's going to be a 3-1 slider backdoor with all the weapons he's got.
3-2 from Jobe. Fouled away. If we know Jackson Jobe at all, we know that in his head, he wants the button for Dylan Dingler to push there to be the fastball.
Absolutely he does. Absolutely he does. And this is where Dylan Dingler has to think for him. Not that he can't think, but you got a guy out there who's got a gold glove. He's got stripes on his arm. Let me guide you through this. You just execute the pitch.
3-2. Fouled away left side with the runners in motion again.
It's a pretty good foul. Right there on that outside edge right there. As heralded as Jackson Jobe is, Braden Montgomery is too. This kid can play. He's going to be a good player for a long time in this league. It's a good battle right here.
3-2 all over again from Jobe. To line drive to left field, and that is a base hit. The White Sox take the lead on an RBI single from Braden Montgomery, their first-round pick 2 years ago, and the first lead to Chicago.
Yeah, that's a heater right in the middle of the plate. Jackson Jobe wanted that up. His fastball plays better up at the top of the zone. Didn't get it where he wanted to. It was about a ball and a half down. We talked about the fouls. We talked about the good hands this young man at the plate has. He showed it right there. Didn't try to do too much with it.
And that is how the White Sox take the first lead in a series that has been 2 3-game sweeps so far this year. Now Colson Montgomery, another former first-round pick, slices that foul. Jobe is showing them a lot of fastballs the first time through the order.
Yeah, a little bit surprised, actually, especially the way he's been landing that breaking ball for strikes. He obviously struggled with the first 2 pitches of the game with Antonacci and Murakami. He threw a good one, 3-1 to Montgomery. I'm surprised he's not at least trying to get ahead a little bit earlier in the count with it.
A 1 fastball at 95 that time. Ball and a strike on Colson Montgomery, who's had a really big year power-wise. 26 home runs, 5 more already than his rookie year last year. Good slider. Chip the zone, 1-2.
And that's exactly what we're talking about right there, Jason. This guy's got weapons. He's going to be fine. He's got to knock the rust off a little bit. Remember, this is only his second start in quite some time.
It just happens to fall in the middle
of
what you would call, without any exaggeration, the biggest series of the year for the Tigers.
It's not being hyperbolic at all. This is true.
One, two. Clipped into the glove, strike 3. Jackson Jobe gets 2 strikeouts to close the deal, but the White Sox take the lead. There's a fastball.
That's where you want it right there, top of the zone. See ya.
Price. IKEA, dream the possibilities.
1-0 White Sox on the Bet365 scoreboard here in the bottom of the first. And the Tigers batting order presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. This is OPS this month, on base plus slugging. Tigers are 5 over. They've picked up 5 games to 500 this month to this point. Eduardo Valencia over 1,000. Zach McKinstry hitting it well. Torque has been huge against lefties and righties. And it will be an opener by the name of Sean Newcomb, the 33-year-old who started his career in Atlanta. We've seen him as an opener, and he was outstanding back on June the 20th.
Yeah, he's putting together a really nice year, and it's good to see. I had Sean when they drafted him with the Angels way back when.
He always throw a pitch every 4 seconds.
He always did work fast and true. The biggest thing with him was always, can you get him in the strike zone? He's reined that in this year, and you're seeing the results.
Breaking ball for a strike, 1-2. The Tigers had to get to the bullpen after him back on June the 20th. Joe Rock came in, who just got designated for assignment. The Tigers hit him around, but Newcomb was fantastic. 3 perfect innings.
He really was. Did an excellent job. He's really found a home as kind of this swing lefty that can give you some innings, either in an opening role or as a bullpen piece.
They need him because Davis Martin got famously ejected yesterday. Now he is on the IL after a blister put him there. Called strike 3 and a challenge from Gleyber Torres. Ooh, I don't know. ABS challenge powered by Figer Law. I think that might have wrapped around and secured the corner. We'll see.
It's going to be razor thin if it does.
Oh, man.
Pitches the ball. Detroit has 2 remaining.
Wow.
We've seen some challenges the last couple days by Tiger hitters. Gleyber Torres being one of them, and also a defensive challenge from Dingler that had been way off. I thought he was going to be out too, to be completely honest with you, but it just missed. He was right.
That is a real tough one because that tripwire, you can't know as a batter exactly where that ball is crossing over the plate.
Right.
Because that's a strike on Dingler. Dylan Dingler, 3 home runs against the White Sox this year. Some big power numbers. It is 8 for 21 as he swings through another breaking ball. 0-2. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. He's running out of the box, but he hadn't had to a whole lot. Look at that changeup down low on that homer. It's one of the top 10 lowest pitches for a hit this year. So ground this to third. That's a fair ball and a long throw to second to get the out from Vargas on Torres and 1 away.
Yeah, good play by Vargas right there. Slow developing play, but he figured out a way to get it to him very quickly. Does Vargas over there at third base.
You want to take the White Sox defense?
Absolutely. Around the horn on the infield. Miguel Vargas at third base. You just saw him make a play. Shortstop Colson Montgomery, super athletic. Bouncing around. Nice player there. Chase Maedroff, Murakami at first base. Romo behind the dish. From left to right in the outfield, Antonacci, Tristan Peters, and Braden Montgomery.
Left on left for Kevin McGonigal, who is just happy to see a left on left fastball. He has been left on left breaking ball feeder.
Yeah.
And he's just going to get targeted more with lefties with Riley Green out.
No doubt about it. And also, too, if you've got a cutter in your arsenal, which Newcomb does, they've thrown a lot of cutters up away from him, too. Looks like a fastball. They know he loves to fire on that heater. Get that cutter, has a little break to it, a little flat action to it away from him. You can get him to swing and miss or hit it off the end of the bat.
Second fastball, 0-2. So a lot of lefty breaking balls. There are his hits. If you miss inside with one of those, he's bound to beat you.
Yeah. That graphic tells a story. They've been spinning him away.
Check swing. He did go. Strike 3. Dan Isonia, the crew chief at third with the call.
Get on umpires about this all the time. More often than not, they're right. He just went. Can't argue with that too much. Kevin doesn't like it, but that picture tells a story.
2 down for Valencia, who has not faced the White Sox this year, and he looks at ball 1 on a breaking ball. Now, he hit a breaking ball yesterday.
He sure did.
A long way.
That one of the only mistakes Parker Messick made. He was fantastic yesterday. He left that one under the plate.
Looks like Newcomb is pretty adamant that he's not going to do the same thing. Either he was watching on the flight or their pregame meeting covered it.
I'm sure it did, because it's a small sample size, and most of the balls he's hit hard, especially pull side, have been off speed.
3-0 on Valencia.
And close to him, too. He's staying away with everything right here. But that's what his presence does. It's a small sample, and he's got a boatload of doubles and homers right now, even in a small sample size. It makes you respect.
Take there, 3-1. Yeah, it's a deeper lineup with him in it.
Sure, and the right-handed nature of it, too, obviously, with the Tigers being as left-handed as they are.
Dingler at first, and a ground ball. Foul ball wide of third. The crowd cheered. They thought it was fair.
It just gets on the other side of third base as it passes by.
I think the crowd, you see an umpire point, and they just assume the point is going to be fair.
Right.
And if you wave it off, it's going to be foul. That's foul, first base side. Or they were just willing it fair.
Trying to. Listen, this crowd knows, too. This is anxious times for everybody involved. They know. Trying to hope it fair. Didn't quite work out.
That one's foul, first base side. Dylan Dingler watching Valencia play pepper with the first base dugout. Dingler getting his steps in.
As if he doesn't have enough reasons to be tired at this point in the season. As much as he's played, as much as he's caught.
No, you know what? Just a little more wear and tear on the body.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
He's looking at his buddy like, hit something fair, dude.
Anything, please. Swing and a miss, strike three. They'll throw it to first. I believe they put the tag on. That will not count as a fourth out. Nobody worry the Red Sox and Blue Jays. 1-0 after one.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Jackson Jobe, part of this young pitching staff that Tigers fans are all sorts of excited about, with Troy Belton being 25 years old and Jackson being 24. The two obviously very close and growing up in high A together. And I talked to Jackson about their similarities and differences, and they have healthy competition. In a lot of ways, they make each other better, because every time they go out there and he sees a great Troy Belton performance, Jackson wants to follow it up and live up to it too. And I asked Jackson, have you ever tried maybe the breathing exercises that Troy does? And he says, no, absolutely not. I don't like to be calm out there. He says, in fact, I like to be jittery, fired up at all times. So it doesn't take away from what Troy's doing. He's still a dog and gets it done in a different way, but two different folks.
They're a sitcom waiting to happen.
Yes, exactly.
They absolutely are. Somebody pitch that to Netflix. It's Oscar and Felix for the new age. You have, 9 large coffees, and then yoga mat Melton.
100%.
Love them both.
Maca, for sure.
They both work.
Green tea.
Yeah, And
C4.
And C4.
But it's great. Like they're tight, as you said, Logan.
Yeah.
But they're totally different, and it's another example that you can just get it done whatever way works for you.
Yeah, and even him right in between innings right now, like he's dialed in, completely looking out into it, kind of pacing around a little bit too. He's trying to keep that edge. Like both guys have that edge. They just do it in such different ways.
We had Jackson Jobe on the podcast. It will come out shortly as there's a line drive to right and a base hit for Tristan Peters, who is now 7 for 16 against the Tigers this year. We had Jackson on the podcast, and one of the takeaways was, he is, in the best way, really hard on himself.
Yeah.
He is always asking for greatness, verbally, mentally, all of that. And so is Troy, totally and completely. But they wear it in such different ways. It's popped up back of second by Drew Romo for out number 2. But somebody's got to write that pilot and get it to one of the streaming services.
It would certainly be interesting. There's no doubt about it. I think the one thing, like you said, we talked about this offline, Jason, about how hard Jackson Jobe is on himself. It's a very fine line. You can ask for greatness. You can require greatness of yourself. But at some point, sometimes you got to give yourself a little bit of grace, too. You're allowed to not be perfect. And I think Jackson Jobe, as he gets a little bit older as a human, and just develops a little bit more, he's going to find that balance, because he certainly has the physical attributes.
But like, did Tarek Skubal ever really let himself not be great? You know,
I mean, it's not about not letting yourself be great, but you do have to give yourself a little grace. It's not giving yourself grace doesn't mean accepting mediocrity or accepting less than. It's realizing that you're human. These guys over here are really good too, and just understanding what greatness for you in that moment is.
well, one thing we know about Jackson Jobe is he's been a winner for the Tigers. Chevy's strongest player. You might not believe this when we show it to you. The Tigers are 10-1 in his 11 starts to start his career, and that is the best team record for a Tigers team behind a starter ever through 11, including Mark Fidrich in that awesome summer 50 years ago. Behind the bag, McGonigal handles Antonacci, and the Tigers will swing it after this. Get ready for our final Sounds of Summer post-game concert, presented by Rocket, as Dustin Lynch comes to Comerica Park on Friday, September the 11th. Visit tigers.com/Sounds of Summer to get your tickets. The view from Dirt Cam. Dirt Cam gets to go to every concert, and that's why the life of Dirt Cam is the life of Riley. That is the way to live. Colt Keith sees a second strike. The White Sox have pitched him very well at 1 for 14 so far this year, and he'll call for time. Boy, Newcomb is not afraid to spin in that slurve to take a strike from you and put you behind the 8 ball.
Not at all. I mean, he does a really nice job of landing that pitch, and it just throws you off balance. You're up there looking for that heater, and you get that.
And then that's just low. Ball 1. Romo thought he had it framed.
That comeback sinker just off the edge. I like what Colt Keith has done lately. He's done a really nice job of staying in the middle of the field and just driving the ball the other way and taking his chances when it's appropriate to do so. Really seems in control of his approach and his rhythm right now. That's huge in hitting.
On the ground, Newcomb leaves it for the shortstop Colson Montgomery, and there's one away. Jose Urquidy is getting loose, and it looks like Torque is not going to get the benefit of the left-on-right matchup. Will Venable is up the dugout stairs. Urquidy, who spent all of 2 games with the Tigers last year, the former Houston Astro World Series champion, will come in back of the opener Newcomb to face a pretty right-handed heavy Tigers lineup right now. 1 out in the second. We'll step aside. Both side windows pitching change is Jose Urquidy out of the bullpen for the White Sox. He was down in AAA Charlotte after they got him from Pittsburgh earlier this year, and he's here to eat up some outs and face a guy in Spencer Torkelson who's been phenomenal for the Tigers.
Torque has been so good, and you're going to see it right here on the screen. This is what he's done in his last 15 games. The best part for me, Jason, is he's using the entire field. You're seeing him hit all pitch types, and especially some of the breaking balls, the sweepers and the cutters and the sliders away. He's not spinning off those balls, swinging and missing. He's staying in the middle of the field and hitting those balls hard. That's a really good sign for him.
That's the subject of our Call Sam Best Call. Last 15 games, those total numbers that you were talking about. A .933 on base plus slugging, and you'll always endear yourself with hits with runners at second and third or both.
Yeah, absolutely.
That will get you table for 5 immediately in any city.
That's right.
It is 23 hits, 13 knocked in 15 games. First time in 10 years a Tiger's done that, and he absolutely vaporizes that fastball from Urquidy at 93. That's an 8-game hit streak for Torque now, and he is the first hit tonight for the Tigers.
Yeah, this is just such a good approach. It's been so good. You see that stride on balance, stays behind that baseball. Good quick turn, and this, look at that front hip not flying out. It's getting out of the way when it's supposed to. The backside's going to push that front side out of the way. when he's not going well, that front hip, that front shoulder are gone early, and there's a lot of fly balls and ground balls weakly hit.
And to your point, and Dan Petrie said this the past couple days, that Torque has wanted to become a more complete hitter.
Yeah.
And you can see that the pull side power will still come, even if you're getting hits the opposite way, right?
100% so. I mean, I look at a guy like Pete Alonso. He had that monster year a few years ago, 50-plus home runs, but it was like 220, 218. I'm not saying Torque's ever going to hit 50. He might, who knows? But Pete Alonso told himself, I am a better, more complete baseball player than that, and he's made the change to do so.
Been having a lot of conversations with people around him, specifically with his agent and even his dad, and they have had great reminders for him saying, you're not just a power hitter, you're a great hitter with power. And that mindset is something that for Torque, he doesn't change a lot of his approach. Like every single time we ask him, it's like, hey, what are you adjusting? It's like, my process is my process for a reason. You're gonna have hot stretches and then maybe some that aren't so hot, but it is in place for the exact reason. When he gets going, he gets on fire, and you're seeing it right now.
His dad also taught him how to docu-sign a 1099 form.
He didn't mention it.
Sure he has. Dad's a famed CPA. There is a swing and a miss, strike 3, and McKinstry is down. 2 out here in the second. His dad, if you missed it, Torque's dad was the subject of an athletic story about April 15th, about tax day, and how like umpires and players and baseball people call the office to get advice on how to deal with, you know, participating in a multi-state vocation.
Yeah.
Nothing says first place showdown like the tax code.
That's right. It's exciting. I think post game I may snuggle up with it tonight.
That's great. Yeah. Real good book. 0-1. Up and in, a ball and a strike. Who needs melatonin when you can have IRS statutes?
That's right. Way better.
You know, we both are getting audited.
Certainly. For sure.
Sorry to drag you into it.
Thanks, Jason.
A
little collateral damage.
It's a good partner alarm going off. 1-1, swing and a miss on a changeup from Urquidy. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's what Urquidy does. Unpredictable and different counts. 1-1 swing count right there. Pulls the string on Ben Malgeri. It's never been about velocity. It's always been about location and changing speeds and eye levels and a little bit of deception from Jose Urquidy.
Yeah, A.J. Hinch said it before the game. He will try to beat you in the strike zone. A little off, a little on, a little more, a little less.
I mean, he's never thrown hard. I mean, it's never been plus stuff. It's always been a little guts and guile and fearlessness out there.
Fly ball left field. Antonacci back. Track. Wall. Gone. Tigers lead. Ben got him.
He showed him one too many changeups, Jason. Ben Malgeri has done a really nice job since he's been here. Part-time player, done a nice job in both corners of the outfield. Great play yesterday, cutting off a ball in the gap to keep Brian Rocchio to a single. Taking his opportunities to get knocks when he can, and he got a changeup down, stayed on it, and backspun that bad boy out of here.
We almost had free pizza for everybody.
Almost.
By the way. First pitch swing for Max Clark, a fly ball to left. But guess what? It's 2-1 Torkelson and Associates.
Ben Malgeri gets that changeup down, out in front of it a little bit, but you can barrel that thing, stay through it. Good things can happen. Kept going. And almost free pizza, like Jason said.
26 Ram 1500 Bighorn models.
2-1 Tigers lead on a Ben Malgeri home run. Just like that. Jackson Jobe, couple hit by pitches, run given up. Malgeri pokes one to left, 2-run shot. Tigers lead again. You play your cards right, you could be in first place by the end of this series. We know where to put the cart as compared to the horse on this telecast. We've learned it for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
However, this team also makes you want to dream.
100%.
Like, this is, you grow up being a Tigers fan at like 10 to 12 years old when you're just becoming conscious of like being a sports fan, 8 to 12 maybe. That's strike 3 in the outside corner. Job with a missile to take down Murakami.
That's just a dart, outer edge at 99. We talked about the spin rate, 25.78. What does that mean? It means it fights gravity harder. Murakami thinks it's going to sink a little out of the zone. It stays true and just rides out and splits the outside edge of that plate. You're not hitting that with a boat oar right there, I promise you. He locates that right there.
If you walk up there with a boat oar, there is a chance the umpire will have a word with you.
They may say something about that. That's
prior to your first swing.
Yeah. You sure you want to use that?
Sir, the regatta is to the east. Ground ball to third. That's off the glove of Keith. And it's a base for Vargas. Just to finish the thought.
Yep.
Think about if you're a kid who just started to know what baseball is, and this is the Tigers group you've gotten to know best in your life. Think of the amount of hope you have and the amount of disdain for the probabilities of the world.
Right.
Right? Like, oh, you're 4'10". I want to be a fullback. Well, the Tigers made the playoffs in 24.
So sure,
I can do it. It's fine. You know, like, and then you're like, oh, I'm the best player on the team, and your coach says like, well, you better keep working because division leads aren't safe.
That's right. Under any circumstances.
Yeah, both ways.
That's right.
Both ways. There's just like, there's a lot of dreaming that goes on with this Tiger team. As Benintendi hits this in the air to left field, Ben Malgiri is underneath, and Figer Law would like a word with you.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
2 down for Braden Montgomery as the Tigers lead 2-1. We are so glad to have you along. Denny Blunt, Mark Isofano, our entire crew. Logan Reaver, Bobby Scales, Jason Benetti. Tigers up on a Ben Malgiri homer, and Montgomery likes the left side. He's got his second base hit. That away in 2 at-bats.
Just another good swing by that young man, Montgomery. It's a slider down and away. And again, the thing that I like about guys like him, we've seen it with Max Clark early, the maturity. A lot of young hitters will try to go get that ball and hit it hard full side because it's a breaking ball. He just takes what Jackson Jobe gave him, guided it through the left side. Done a nice job of using the whole field. It's pretty good hitting right there.
You know, it's good strategy too, tactics, because he saw fastball after fastball to end that first at bat. So he figured maybe the breaking stuff, as Keith in a dead sprint goes to foul territory to watch it fly.
No, you're right. I mean, this speaks to the baseball aptitude and how prepared he was going up to that plate. He gets something he can handle, that breaking ball away, he just takes it that way.
2 on 2 out for Chicago. The White Sox team that was down 8-4 yesterday and came back to within a run to lose 9-8 to Cincinnati.
There's certainly firepower on this team.
Boy, is there.
I mean, it's not just the homers, it's the extra base hits as well.
Line drive foul. First base side of the tarp. 1 and 2. You see Montgomery with the 26 home runs. It's the only team this year to have 3 guys with 25+ homers. And it's their first time before September since those 3. You got a Hall of Famer in there. You got Jermaine Dye, who had a phenomenal career.
He sure did.
Carlos Quentin.
He was a real major league guy for a while too. Especially with Murakami, he missed a fair amount of time with that hamstring early in the season. He's checking in on that list as well.
Yeah, The Tigers have only seen Murakami for one game.
Yeah.
This is the second.
Just a couple of at-bats, right?
Yeah, 8 pitches. As it's 3-2, a changeup that flew on Job. Okay, so now what here? 3-2, right? It was all fastball to Braden Montgomery. What does Colson Montgomery get?
Well, he tried the one slider down and in. You can go down and in, but you better land it if you're going to get there.
It's a heater. It's a ground ball to second base. That's Gleyber Torres. And that's the end of the inning. Tigers will bat with a lead.
At Menards.
Comerica Bank game summary within our story so far. Ben Malgiri leading to a home run.
Yeah, good sequence right here by Urquidy. You see him curveball, fastball up, got him with the changeup down. And he goes back up, change up again. Didn't want it there. That's where he wanted it. But Ben Malgiri did a nice job staying in his legs. He was out in front of a little bit. Saved his hand. You see it right there, just a little bit. And flicks it. Backspins that ball out of here and just goes over the glove of Sam Antonacci in left field. That's just a really nice piece of hitting by Ben Malgiri.
It speaks to, as we get an appeal over to first, no go, ball one. It speaks to as well what we might see from Urquidy in this outing. He went 3 straight changeups in that sequence.
Jason, that's who he is. I mean, it's never been velocity stuff. It's been
challenging.
You got a challenge. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Romo thinks it's a strike. It is not.
Pitch to the ball. Chicago has 1 remaining.
The White Sox have been like the Bills K-gun of challenging teams. Like, they don't care if other people run it.
Throw it all the time.
Just do it. Just call the same play.
Nickel package, dime.
That's right.
Whatever else denomination you want to throw out there, they're throwing it.
That's right. And it's like in Tecmo Bowl. If you get the play right, everybody rushes and you feel great about it.
That's right.
But if you don't, it's a touchdown. Webster Slaughter.
Oh, stop.
2-1 to Gleyber. And that is off the plate. 3 balls and a strike. The White Sox, though, they are very willing to challenge early. And we'll see how that impacts this series. 3-1 from Urquidy. And Gleyber hits it in the air to the right-hand side. Montgomery's underneath. He makes the catch. The Tigers with a 2-1 lead. Give us a chance to remind you that if the Tigers do score 3 or more runs in this game, like 1 more run, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries. The side of cheese sauce you have to pay for if you like curly fries.
But you got free curly fries.
That's right.
Good.
That's why you gotta upgrade it. I was thinking about this last night. You gotta go cheese sauce with those.
You have to. Why wouldn't you?
What's a cup of cheese sauce cost nowadays?
I don't know.
Not much, right? Like 99 cents?
$1? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that. Inside ball 1 to Dingler. If you get free curly fries, you have to, you just push yourself up to first class appetizer.
That's right.
1-0. Yeah, Urquidy's just going to kind of finagle in the strike zone.
He's just going to mess around with you. He's going to mess around with the timing, eye level, try to get you out front a little bit, then throw that four-seamer just hard enough to beat you because you've seen soft the whole time.
This is where you're glad you were a switch hitter, right? Because like you don't have to see him right on right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing is, when you are a left-handed hitter against him, that changeup is good enough. He'll throw it outside edge, and he'll throw it a little bit further out, throw it a little bit further out, try to get you fishing, then he'll throw a heater in, stuff like that. That's how he messes with you.
Like that. Popped up. Colson Montgomery makes the catch.
You're wondering why. That's an average fastball. But again, he softened him up with a breaking ball, softened him up with another breaking ball, change up. Next thing you know, boom, he throws you that little fastball, and you're half a foot behind it, and that's where you get the weak pop-ups and stuff like that.
2 down for McGonigal. We asked Kevin before the game, do you feel like you're seeing more changeups? He said, oh, absolutely. And it's because he is seeing more off-speed pitches this month than he has. Perfect comedic timing by Jose Urquidy for strike 1.
Well, he knows what you're trying to do, so he'll just let you, let me throw a changeup. I'll throw a changeup here, Jason.
Thanks, Jose. And they were worried about us impacting challenges. Ground ball base hit into right center. He threw him a fastball. All year long, we have been tracking the way teams have been trying to pitch Kevin McGonigal, and they've landed on nothing because there is no right answer.
There's no right answer, and one of the things he does, he sees that changeup. All right, no problem.
Little nod.
He sees a little, and it's four-seamer. What that tells you, Kevin McGonigal is not guessing. He is not trying to think with the pitcher or the battery. He is getting on your best fastball and not coming off of it no matter what. And that's what the good hitters do. They see that fastball, they're on time for their best one, and they adjust. I mean, too many good hitters who have done it for a long time and done a lot of damage in the big league will tell you, you get on that good fastball because you can't go the other way. You can't sit soft and then try to hit the heater. It does not work. You may sit soft, you may hit the spin, or you may hit the changeup, but if you get a fastball, you either have to take it or you're going to swing right through it. You go the other way, you got a chance to be successful.
We saw it 2 nights ago with Dylan Dingler against Cade Smith.
Yeah.
A.J. Hinch mentioned it before the game. Dingler took 3 straight fastballs. You rarely see him do that.
Right.
But if you're thinking about that splitter, that'll happen.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And he had a good sweeper that night, too. So, I mean, if you're thinking off speed, especially with guys who that hard.
Oh, Valencia leans into this one. Down the left field line. He squeezes it inside the chalk. McGonigal on the gas pedal. He's coming home easily. It's 3-1 Tigers in a huge series opener.
Another changeup. Jose Urquidy's going to live and die with that changeup, try to get guys off balance with it. Eduardo Valencia did not hit this ball hard, just 80 miles an hour off the bat. Like real estate, location, location, location. This one finds some open area out there. Kevin McGonigal, good read on this ball. He was off like a shot. And as soon as that landed on the grass, he was always going to score. Billy Boyer sends him. 3-1 Tigers.
Yet another victory for the Shaner Roofing wire cam. A great look at a 3-1 lead, and the first pitch is right back to the changeup to Colt Keith, who has seen his fair share of major league changeups over the course of 3 seasons now as a Tiger. Colt's going 5 o'clock shadow now, by the way.
Is this angry Colt?
It might be. It might be.
Going with the shadow?
It does look a little more power hitter-ish, and he already has that wrestler's build in the first place. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He looks like the guy who is coming up against the team you're rooting for in a movie.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good look.
1-2 for Colt Keith. Swing and a miss. Another changeup for strike 3, but Eduardo Valencia, a pull side monster. RBI double. 3-1 Tigers.
Tiger Law. All we do is win.
So Jackson Jobe has a little bit more spice on that fastball tonight. It's a very small 1/10 of a tick ahead of Saturday at San Francisco, but A.J. Hinch was joking about it during his rehab. Like, he's throwing hard and he's throwing 100 and all this stuff. That one came in at 96.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it levels off as the outing progresses. But Jackson's also gotten stronger. One of the things he focused on was just being able to build out his body as well while he couldn't pitch.
And that's the thing. How are you going to use your time when you can't do the thing that you want to do? And it's sometimes it's getting better physically, sometimes it's getting better mentally, and in this case I think it's both. A little bit of time away from the game when you can't play, he was able to build up his body, get stronger. That will make you feel better physically and mentally, and then probably work on some things between his ears on the mental game as well. So using your time not just to get healthy and get back to playing, but getting better in other areas is key when you're not able to perform.
1-2. Just missed where the slider didn't get the swing from Meidroth, even though his name would suggest he might.
Chase.
You got to live with it. We don't have to say it. 2-2. He lays off that one too.
Those are good takes right there, especially that second one. Went back with the slider again in a good spot, and indeed was a ball, and Meidroth didn't go for it.
3-2 line drive right field. That's down for a base hit. Meidroth is on. Peters will come up. Jackson Jobe wasn't always a pitcher growing into that body. Here's a bit of his origin story from the podcast.
For some reason, my dad always pushed me to be a shortstop. I think it was because pitchers get hurt, which they do. And, but yeah, it just turned out that I put way less effort into pitching, and all of a sudden I became a pretty good pitcher when I was, 17. And I put all this
one will leave. Peters lays into it for a 2-run home run here in the 4th, and we are tied just like that. Tristan Peters goes after the first pitch he sees here in the 4th, and we're even at 3.
This club can hit. This club can absolutely bang, and you throw heaters down the middle. Everybody in this lineup can leave the house. Tristan Peters got a fastball middle at 97 miles an hour. He was on the fastball, and this one didn't come back.
Tristan Peters has worn out the Tigers this year. He's 8 for 17. This one ends up to the pull side and right, and a running grab for Zach McKinstry for out number 1. You know, Jackson Jobe goes on to say, and we were rudely interrupted by the contact from Peters. He found pitching to be something that was so much more innate for him, right? Like, he took to pitching faster than he did shortstop, and that's why, even though he grew up wanting to be a great shortstop, he ended up on the mound. Now he's in a tie game here, and strike 1 for Antonacci.
I'm from the camp of play them all. Play them all, and the game will sort out where you're supposed to be, and it did ultimately for Jackson Jobe.
Good change up there, 0-2. You know, one of the takeaways, you said it, Bobby, you love that changeup. That thing's been pretty good tonight.
I love it. I think it's got tremendous action, and when you got a guy who throws as hard as he does, you've got to respect that 98, 99, 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I mean, he can roll off 15 miles an hour. I mean, his best fastball tonight's been 100. That last changeup was 82 with action down and away from Antonacci. You can't do anything with that for your hitter.
Strike 3, 2 down, 4th strikeout for Jackson Jobe. He's got options to close people out.
Yeah, and listen, it's you talk about, when you hear scouts, you hear baseball people talk about weapons, Jason, that's a heater at the top. Slider down and away from Vargas right there. Boom, curveball lands at for a strike, then changeup. You got similar shapes, different shapes, velocities, heater at the top. It's just really difficult to cover all of those, and when you got them working, when you locate them, darn near impossible.
ABS challenge here from Dylan Dingler, powered by T-Mobile. That was our mobile performance, no relation. And it is a ball.
Detroit has 1 remaining.
Tigers are down to 1 challenge, just like the White Sox. So it's going to be like this tonight, huh? That's a ball, and Dingler didn't want to challenge because you can't lose both of them in the same batter and feel good about yourself. That one looked like it might have been there. 3-0. He'll swing 3-0 if you pipe him something good.
Yes, he will. You better locate this one. He's going to get on a heater here, and if it's in the right spot, he's going to let it go.
And he did, and it's a towering fly ball out of here. (4-3) White Sox on 2 homers in the 4th.
Jason, I saw an interview with him when he first signed with the White Sox. He was sitting there with his translator, and the American interviewer asked him, "What's one thing about your game you know works?" He looked right at the guy and said, "Power." He didn't need any translation. We said it. You better locate this heater. Jackson Jobe didn't, and ended up in the seats.
That is drilled to left field. That's a hit for Vargas that will likely go for extra bases. A lot of pull side theater from the White Sox here in the 4th.
Hanging off speed, breaking ball that was up in the zone. These guys are ready to fire, man, regardless of pitch type. You get something over the middle of the plate, they're going to let it fly. You see Vargas recognize that immediately. He gets the bat going. Ends up in the left field corner. He's also going to bring Tiger pitching coach Chris Fetter to the mound for a visit.
Four-3 White Sox in the fourth. Tigers had just picked up 3 runs in their last 2 at-bats. And this is what's at stake. The American League Central, 2.5 is the lead.
It's a long way to go in this series, in this season. There's no doubt, but we talked about it. You know, these games are important. And a long way to go in this one here tonight. Jackson Jobe's got to recover, get out of this inning, let the boys go back to work in the bottom half.
Yeah, look, we didn't expect there's going to be 1-0.
No, absolutely
White Sox
not.
Tigers is totally different than Guardians Tigers.
Yes.
Just in the rules of engagement.
Absolutely not. I mean, like you said, we talked about the ability for this team to hit extra base hits, the homers, the doubles. They're not just going to hang out in that first base dugout.
Fly ball left field. That's a long run for Malgiri toward the corner. And that ball bounces in the corner, just foul for strike 2. Three and two. Well, they've got Jackson out of the strike zone some here.
Yeah.
He has not walked a batter. He's hit 2 to open the game. 3-2 is off the plate. That's ball 4. Benintendi waits him out.
Well, the worst thing you can do if you're Jackson Jobe is start nibbling. And yes, he got hurt in the middle of the zone with a fastball and a hanging breaking ball from Murakami and Vargas, but you can't run from the strike zone. Not saying that he's running, but don't pick. You don't have to. Your stuff's still good enough. It plays. Find those outer thirds and find those upper and lower edges. You'll be fine.
Ball 1 outside to Braden Montgomery, who's got a hit on a breaking ball. He's got a hit on a fastball. As Jackson Jobe's pitch count climbs to 72. Called strike and a challenge coming from Montgomery on a slider. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. It's way low.
Pitch the ball. Chicago has 1 remaining.
You gotta be careful here too. 2-0. Montgomery's done a nice job of hitting the ball hard the other way twice tonight.
Fly ball deep right center field. McKinstry going back to the track, and he could not get there to make the catch. It's off the wall. 2 runs are home. It's a triple for Montgomery, and it's 6-3 Chicago. That's a long way to go for Zach McKinstry, and it's an inning cycle for the White Sox.
This is some good hitting right here. 2-0 pitch. You know he's ready for the fastball. This is in. He gets to it. Stays behind this ball, hits it to the deepest part of the yard. Zach McKinstry got on his horse and ran a long way. Couldn't quite haul it in. Off the wall in right field.
There are some strong dudes in this White Sox lineup, and they are showing it off. Jackson Jobe knocked out of this game after 3 2/3. Jacob Waguespack's going to have to finish it off.
health.
Talk about Jackson Jobe. Got to locate these pitches. These are all pitches in the middle of the plate, regardless of pitch type. This White Sox club, they get one over the middle, they're going to fire. They're aggressive. 3-0 to Murakami right there. First pitch right there to Vargas, and 2-0. Middle of the plate, you got to locate, even if you're behind an account. If you don't, you get punished.
So it's up to the bullpen. Try and quiet this down. Colson Montgomery. Jacob Wagasback misses with ball one. Our wall side windows pitching change. This swell came out of nowhere, and Wagasback is charged with trying to slow it down. Two balls, no strikes.
Yeah, Wagasback's done a pretty nice job out of that Tiger bullpen. His 19th appearance today. It's not overly hard. Four-seam fastball, cutter, changeup, but the arm angle is very different. You don't see a lot of guys straight over the top like he is. Also, with that big 6'6" frame, gets really good extension, so that ball plays up a little bit.
That sails down the right field line and foul, 2-1. This is a 5-run inning for Chicago, and the White Sox tend to do this. Colorado, Pittsburgh, Washington. The White Sox are the only team over 500 on that list. Their pitching is held up enough to pay off those offensive assaults on pitching staff.
Yeah. The pitchers also know they don't have to be perfect. I got a bunch of guys in the dugout. They're going to get a 6-7 game runs more often than not. You're right. That offense knows. Let's put some numbers up. Just hold them there if you can.
2-2. Chopper foul at first. It's the 9th batter of the inning, Bobby. Romo and Antonacci went back-to-back with their outs, and since then, Murakami, Vargas, Benintendi, and Montgomery have homered, doubled, walked, and tripled. 2-2. Fly ball, center field. Max Clark, inning over. 6-3 Chicago. This Sunday, it's our kids hot dog hat giveaway for children 14 and under, featuring paws and hot dogs. It's the perfect item for your kids. Get tickets now at tigers.com/giveaways, and be sure to arrive early this Sunday. Never thought I'd read a clause that says featuring paws and hot dogs. But those are the two features. First pitch from Urquidy. It's ball one. To Spencer Torkelson. Honestly, what else would you want? Food and the mascot.
That's right. You can't get any better than that.
Congrats to Paws for his last week tonight debut with John Oliver a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
Happy for Paws. Get an IMDb page. One. 2 balls and a strike on Torque, who is 1 for 1 with a run scored. There was a leadoff walk in the game from Newcomb to Torres. Since then, the Tigers have only had 2 other 3-ball counts before this one.
They've been in the zone for the most part.
That was a fastball. It would have landed, I don't know, Ford Field.
Maybe. It's a changeup from Urquidy. This is what he does. He's got tremendous feel for this pitch. I like it, though. Torque sold out, got it. Looking for a heater in that spot. Got a changeup, swung through it, no big deal.
except when it's another one right after it for strike 3 and 1 away.
That's slightly a bigger deal, but you're right.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
It's a good pitch, another one. He leans on that changeup. It's a good one. He knows it's good. It's been good for a long time in this league. It works. He went back-to-back on a 3-1 count. Swing and miss, swing and miss.
Urquidy gets himself ready at about 3 seconds. See, that's where the batter needing to be attentive at 8. I do have some sympathy for Jose Caballero.
Yeah.
Because Urquidy can just stand there and toss the ball up and down like he's about to do a magic trick. Fly ball straight away. And Peters is there to make the catch. That's nothing against Urquidy. It's not about him. It is just a little bit of a discordant rule. You know what I mean? Where the batter's got to be locked in and the pitcher could play tiddler.
Yeah, I agree. And Urquidy, like we said, he's going to rely on reception, change of eye level. Also, too, he's a veteran guy. He's going to figure out how to manipulate the clock in his favor. And
again, that's nothing about Urquidy. I don't even mean it like that.
Listen,
it just strikes me thinking about the rule, watching him pitch.
You got in this game is too. You have to figure out a way to use things to your advantage, and if that's an advantage for you, and he can figure out a way to manipulate the clock like that, then absolutely do it. It's just like you said. It's just kind of a weird loophole in the rule that works in favor of the pitchers.
Socked to right field, but directly at Braden Montgomery. And a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the 5th. 6-3.
Better lawyers.
All right, let's spin the wheel, see who is coming up as Carhartt Tiger of the Day. It could be anybody. It could be anyone that's ever played for the Tigers. It is Juan Rincon, who played 7 games with the Tigers in 2009, and now, evidently, according to LinkedIn, is a travel coordinator for a private aviation company.
Hey, sometimes you got to pivot in life.
You have to.
Yeah.
Our research team is endless with hunting down Tigers of the Day.
That's a good one right there.
It's great. Check swing. No go. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Juan Rincon, who had 90 career holds and was a minor league pitching coach back in the day, is today's Tiger of the Day. See if we can get some Tiger of the Day mojo here in the 5th. Jason, is that a real thing, you ask? And my answer is, if you want it to be.
That's right. It's like momentum, right?
Uh-huh. Your guy, Big Mo.
Big Mo.
Highly thought of in circles. Ground ball up the middle. McGonigal from shortstop. For round number 1, and this from the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Lease a Ford F-150 for $399 a month for 24 months. Or returning AZ plan lessees can lease a Ford F-150 for $299 a month for 24 months.
1 out. We just had the first 1-2-3 inning of the game. The bottom of the 4th was the first half inning without any traffic. Bobby spending a good chunk of his time in Atlanta, knows about that.
Oh, mercy. Yeah. It is early and often.
Your flight's at 9:30. What time are you going to the airport? 3:15.
Yeah, exactly.
Strike 1 and 1 on Peters. Tigers are 2.5 back in the American League Central to the White Sox. Peters just goes up to tomahawk that puppy. He took it from the top shelf and threw it down to the basement.
He sure did. You don't see that very often anymore. Guys going up there like that, top hand in that thing. Fortunately, Torque was there to take care of it, no problem.
I feel like something bizarre is going to happen at the end of this game. Right?
I am positive something bizarre is going to happen. It is completely giving me that vibe right now. No doubt about it.
Well, there's a bunt that would have ended up in the 5th row.
This is a bunt from your catcher that hits in the 9-hole too.
I don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's already starting.
Yeah, that's it. Is it like the? Is it the It's the 14th. It's Friday the 14th. Have things changed?
The energy carried over from yesterday.
I mean, it is August the 14th. It is Mark Fidrich's birthday.
Oh, how about that?
Maybe you can ride that mojo. He would have been 72 today. Romo wheels that to first base. Torque will scoop this one to Waguespack.
Yeah, nice job right there by Waguespack.
There's the bird. Always honored at Tigers games.
Drive well.
Tigers are on the hunt, so here's an offer you can't refuse. Stream the games with a 7-day free trial on Detroit Sportsnet, the only place you can watch Paws race a hot dog. Presented by Bet365. Don't wait. This offer ends Saturday at 10 a.m. National exclusivities apply. Visit tigers.com/DSN. Scan that QR code. If you scan the QR code, you'll get sent to the free trial, not a place to apply to race ballpark foods in a trike.
That's another QR code. They're working on that now.
They are.
Yep.
We have our best people on it. 1-1 to Max Clark against Jose Urquidy. Max reaches out for one of those changeups again. Pop up, first base side, but it's the third baseman Vargas making the catch for out number one. The people at StatCast are saying please don't have them send in to ask for a track of where Vargas went from to catch that ball.
Right.
And no, we don't know if it's the farthest a third baseman has ever run to catch a pop-up.
It's one of those where Urquidy's like, everybody tells me not to catch these balls, so I'm not going to. Vargas took charge. Went a long way to get it, but he secured the baseball.
He was almost in foul territory on the first base line.
Yeah.
I mean, we know he can play first, but he didn't have to prove it.
Right.
82 feet is how far he ran, in case you were wondering. Ball and a strike on Gleyber Torres. That's a base hit.
Gleyber Torres reaches out and punches that ball over Colson Montgomery. Just a little sweeper from Urquidy. Again, something he doesn't throw a lot of, but that's what he does. He's going to mix and match, try to surprise you. Gleyber Torres is ready for him. Try to build a little something here with one out in the fifth inning. See if you can't find a way to get one or two back this inning. You got some time left in this game, but you don't want to wait around too long.
Dylan Dingler, look out, almost scraped him on the way by. 1-0 for Dylan. I mean, second, third time through, if Urquidy gets there, that's the place, that's the time. Dylan's kind of been off balance the last few days.
He's been a little between, Jason, and that's the worst place for any hitter to be at any time. Is behind the heater and ahead of the off speed. And it seems like, you know, no, Urquidy doesn't throw hard, so he should be on it. It's still, you just, when you're not going right, you still find yourself in that abyss that is in the middle. Got to find a way to get on that fastball. You can adjust to everything else.
Oh, a breaking ball that he slices to center. Was just a little bit enough to get out number two. As McGonigal walks up, you'll get a Bet365 odds update. He's already got a hit. He's trying to become, according to our friends at OptaStats, he's trying to become, maybe he's not trying to, but he could become the first rookie to lead a playoff team in both hits and walks.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
So this is hits and runs, but hits and walks we don't have a list for you because they don't exist.
Yeah, that's a pretty good list right there.
George Burns, who did tremendous work in Hollywood, and Fred Lynn, Ichiro, Albert Pujols, Corey Seager, Corbin Carroll. Looping fly ball right field. Montgomery does get there. Inning over. To the 6th we go. Still 6-3.
Itch, scratch, must not.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
In our Henry Ford health injury update, Brant Herter pitching tonight for Toledo. Multiple inning stint for him. Also, Riley Green taking his rehab down to Lakeland, needing the facility there because it's better suited for what he needs. There's a possibility he could join the road trip coming up, possibly in Kansas City or after the team comes back home here, Jason.
To continue with the rehab, you mean?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
So in Manuel de Jesus, our wall side windows pitching change here. The hope would be sooner rather than later for Riley Green. We'll see how that goes as Brenton Doyle's going to hit at the top of the card for Antonacci. Doyle came over from Colorado at the trade deadline to help them out in center field and foul bunts off of himself. One more of a priority than others.
De Jesus out of that Tiger bullpen. Done a nice job since coming back. That four-seam fastball, run it up there at 94 miles an hour. Got some arm side run to it. Looks like a two-seamer. It's a four-seamer. Change-up, cutter, slider.
Two strikes on Doyle from de Jesus. Inside with a fastball, 1-2. Cleveland's up 3-2 on San Diego. It's 3-0, but Xander Bogaerts has hit a 2-run homer in the top of the 4th as that's a check swing and strike 3. Doyle is out. Called strike 3 by the plate umpire DJ Rayburn and 1 away.
Really good changeup from Emmanuel de Jesus. Looks like it's a heater on the outer edge. You see it sink down and away from a right-handed hitter. Doyle can't hold up.
One down, Murakami, who kind of turned the tide in this game with a 3-0 swing. It was a solo home run. It was back in the 4th inning. 2 runs were already across, but he's the one that handed the lead to the White Sox. As you see what Murakami has lost left on left this year, but still, you know, there's enough damage in that bat, right? The average isn't great, but there's enough extra base hit potential that you haven't sapped all of it out, certainly.
No, absolutely not, Jason. This cat's dangerous, period. Whether you're right-handed, whether you're left-handed, this cat is dangerous, especially when you don't chase as much as he does, and when you fire on good pitches. We've seen how far he can hit a baseball.
3 balls and a strike. Murakami, you know, he missed upwards of a month, more than that, and he's still got 26 homers.
Yeah.
And he'll take a walk. This is a 3-0 swing, and this baseball nearly ends up 25 rows back.
I mean, you had to know he was going to be looking to fire if he gets one in the middle of the plate on 3-0. Guys like him, that's what they do. They're not afraid to let it fly.
Yeah, you see what he's done. 3 true outcomes is homer, walk, strikeout. 57.5% of the time.
He is not looking to choke and poke and hit something the other way.
No.
It is lift and separate when old number 5's in the box.
They should make t-shirts. They all rhyme. It's a 1-0. It's outside. 2 balls, no strikes on Vargas. Murakami at first, 1 out in the 6th. Chopper wide of third and foul, 2-1. Mentioned the Tigers are a half game up in the wild card for that final spot. The Rangers are playing one of their last 2 series with the Athletics starting tonight. Texas is the closest competition, then Minnesota, then Cleveland and Toronto and Baltimore and Seattle. They're all within 3.5 games. That ball's jacked to left field by Vargas, and this will be leaving as well. The White Sox continue their torrent of home runs. It is 8-3 in the 6th.
You saw the good changeup to Brenton Doyle down and away. This one didn't get in the same spot. It was up. It was in the middle, outer third. Vargas throws that barrel at it, ends up in the seats. We know Vargas, he hit a breaking ball in the corner off Jackson Jobe early. It's another off-speed pitch. He hit the pull side. This one goes a little bit further.
So for the White Sox, it's a 2-run homer, it's a solo homer. It's a 2-run homer, it's a 2-run triple. There is an RBI single mixed in there. And Benintendi explodes on that cutter foul. They just kind of take your heart out with the long ball, and they've done it all year long. Two and one for Benintendi, the Cincinnati native.
Listen, they just don't miss mistakes. I mean, just every mistake gets hit hard somewhere.
You were saying? Base hit for Benintendi, his first hit tonight.
Again, poor location, heater up at the top of the zone. If you want to go upstairs right there, got to go just above. That's a ball within the strike zone. That's something that Benintendi's been handling in the big leagues for a long time.
With Chris Vetter coming out of the dugout, we get this from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
You ever have those seasons where 500 feels like a force field? Like Tigers gotten hot. They're 8-3 in August. They played well in June. They played well in July and picked up all those games to 500. 15-11 in June, 15-9 in July. That's 10 games to 500. 8-3 in August, and you're rapping on the door. Your face is in the ring camera, and you're 1 under. You lose to Cleveland the other day, you're 2 under.
That's
you
right.
win the finale, you're 1 under. The White Sox come in here, it's 3-1 Tigers, and then it's like 1,000 home runs, and you can't get to 500 again, maybe, and we'll find out. But this is the largest win percentage increase before June against after, and only the 1948 Red Sox have done better. And yet, alas, as they say, in both early English and crossword puzzles, alas, you're not at 500 yet.
Not yet. Not yet. There's some outs to go in this one, though. It's a long way back. You got to stem the tide right now. But you're right. It's especially this year. It seems like that mountain. If you can climb that mountain, you'd be in really good shape. The way the American League is messed up.
Yeah, the American League soft middle cesspool has been totally unwilling to give up its name.
It is a malaise of stuff.
It is
right now.
It is.
It's the American League.
I mean, the Rangers just lost 3 in a row to the Angels to close that series. That's a ball, no challenge, 2-2. You look at the Rangers schedule, you go, they're playing the Angels, and they're playing the Athletics, and they're playing the Angels, and they're playing the Athletics. They're going to pick up a bunch of games. They lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, that's right.
The Tigers just won the season series against Seattle. I mean, there's a lot still at play. Not one game will define your season, but boy, oh boy. The land of opportunity is an understatement.
No doubt about it.
2-2. Slow grounders, second base. Gleyber Torres throws it to first. Which reminds us that we have the opportunity to scoreboard watch. 2-1 Orioles over the Rays. The Padres have just tied that game in Cleveland as well. So Xander Bogaerts had a home run. That's off of Gavin Williams, who's been phenomenal. But Fernando Tatis Jr. just hit his 13th home run to tie that game. Baltimore's 2 back of the Tigers for the wild card spot in the 3 position. The White Sox right now would be the second bye in the American League. And we have 40 games to go.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to get interesting.
Yeah.
In fun.
Maybe. Or it might just be mania. I mean, you could go on a 4-game losing streak and wake up, be like a game back. At some point, it's supposed to all pile up that other teams around you start winning and go on a run. How has that not happened?
I don't know.
The Tigers have been doing it, I guess, is the answer.
I can't remember a year like this. I truly can't.
Yeah, we've talked about the 05 Padres, who won the NL West at 82-80, and were under 500 with like a week to go. That's a broken bat. Down the right field line it goes toward the corner. Sliding play. Oh, smooth from Z-Mac. That is our Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage.
That's an outstanding play by Zach McKinstry. You're playing him pretty much straight up. There's a sinker down off the end of the bat. He had a long way to go, had to deal with the corner, knew where he was in his home ballpark. Goes into a slide. Nice catch, Zach.
Opening a box of sneakers.
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows, and by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. 8-3 your score. Tigers trying to come back against the White Sox bullpen that they efforted to shore up at the deadline, and one of the guys they got was Huascar Brazaban from the New York Mets. Our Wallside Windows pitching change, and he is in with a borderline strike to Valencia.
Big right-hander out there. He's a vet, 36 years old, 57 2/3 this year.
And he gives up a knock. You know what? Let's make it interesting.
Like you said, we are headed towards chaos at the end of this game. I feel it.
You do?
I do feel it.
Still at 8-3, you feel it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Good swing by Eduardo Valencia on that 2-seamer away. Just muscles that thing through the right side. He'll take his knock. See if we can't get something going here. Get a couple back.
A little game pressure. See what happens. Start to ratchet it up.
You know.
Here's Cole. First pitch in the air, third base side. Long run for Vargas. Still going. Fading back to make the catch down on the ground. What a play by Vargas to stay with it.
He's made it look interesting. Stayed with it, though. It's not how pretty it is when you catch it, and he did. Well, started coming back towards the field of play. It ends up in Vargas's glove.
One down, ball 1 to Spencer Torkelson. This White Sox bullpen has the 9th best pen ERA in baseball, actually, but they have the 7th worst walk rate. And so maybe you can lay the foundation of a big inning with a hit and maybe a little wonky command and maybe a big swing.
Yeah.
Just trail off and see if it happens. Maybe the big swing there. Torque in the air, left center field to the warning track, and that's all. Brenton Doyle is underneath for out number 2.
There's a pretty good swing right there from Torque. It's that 2-seamer, 95 miles an hour from Brazaban. And that action gets in there just enough. Just off the barrel enough to where it didn't really travel where you thought it might. Brenton Doyle can run most things down.
Fly ball left field. Peters. Quickly after the single, the Tigers go in order to the 7th. Be all in and become a season ticket member today. 2027 memberships are available and include benefits like postseason priority access, exclusive member events, and more. Visit tigers.com/memberships. First pitch, ball one from DeJesus to Chase Mydroth, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored and 2 bouncing balls to shortstop. Tigers are trailing 8-3 after leading 3-1 in tonight's festivities. Tomorrow is a 1:10 start time and 1:40 on Sunday. Upcoming schedule brought to you by Bet365. Troy Melton scheduled to be on the mound tomorrow against Anthony Kay, the left-hander, then Sean Burke and Drew Anderson. Nobody's had a better name to be a pitcher than Anthony Kay.
That's right. That's what you're looking for. Hopefully he'll have a game where he has none.
You would have been a great fishmonger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or
snake wrangler.
Department of Justice member.
That's right. Scales of justice. You seek fairness.
Fly ball right field. McKinstry into foul territory. He makes the catch. You can tell the truck isn't happy with the way the conversation's going because we'll get a message from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
I'm told that was in honor of the scales of justice.
That's right.
For you. It's a weighty proposition being in this booth. There is a strike to Tristan Peters, 0-1.
Heavy responsibility working with you, Jason.
Oh boy. Overpromise, underdeliver. That's our mantra. 0-1 to Peters from DeJesus. And a ball and a strike. I know you've spent a lot of time in the radio booth and you've been over here in TV sometimes as well. We do like to still have fun, like Dan and you do on the radio side too. We like to still have fun even when the score is going the wrong direction. Much to the chagrin of the melancholy, the chronically melancholy.
Listen, at the end of the day, we're trying to have some fun, calling a baseball game.
They're always upbeat too. They're not part of the chronically melancholy.
No, absolutely not. Dan and Andy.
And the third member of the booth, Dan's water bottle.
Fish.
Now Andy's just hamming it up because he knows they're on TV.
There's no doubt. He's trying to act like he doesn't see it right in front of him on that monitor.
They're not even talking to each other. They're just doing this for show.
There's no doubt.
There's dead air on the radio, just pretending for the sake of you at home. 1-2 to Peters. Line drive right field, base hit.
This guy.
Yeah, that is a great thing to say right there.
I mean, this guy.
This guy.
I mean, he's him, Rocchio. I mean, they've been absolute Tiger killers this year. Not the prettiest swing or setup. He just finds a way to barrel stuff every time he plays the Tigers.
Here is Romo. He likes bunting.
Apparently, he's tried from the left side. Now he's trying to push bunt from the right side.
Do you like bunting? When you played?
I mean, I tried on occasion and then
That's a no.
Decided not to.
That's a no.
So, yeah, we got there, but no.
It's 2-0 on Romo. Nobody really likes bunting. Like Brett Butler liked bunting.
Juan Pierre liked
Juan
bunting.
Pierre liked bunting.
I'll say this. I remember one time we were on the road and we were playing, I think it was the Dodgers, and Juan Pierre was there. And this was part of his routine. I mean, it was, I don't know, it was several hundred balls way before anybody else got there. It was just, you could throw a blanket over him, right? In that, in the first base channel and just up the third base line, it was amazing. He was an absolute wizard bunting the ball. played a long time doing it too. I mean, that was his game. He knew it. And he was going to become a master at it.
He played 14 years and hit .295. How many of those batting average points do you think were bunt singles?
Oh, I mean, a ton of them. Seriously, he was the best in the game at it.
Career .295 is nothing to sneeze at.
No.
That's a really nice career
Not
for
at all.
Juan Pierre.
Not at all.
He also stole 614 bases.
That works too.
Yeah, It's a lot of doubles that you didn't hit off your bat. 2-1. Ball 3. Can't walk Romo here. I mean, you can, but you'd rather not.
You'd rather not, especially the 9-hole. We had another catcher last series put a force field around us. Austin Hedges walked 3 times in a game.
Good boy. Ty Madden is up and loosening in the Tiger bullpen. Brenton Doyle is coming up. There's Ty. He's got to feel right at home in the orange jersey, by the way. He's a hook 'em horns guy.
A little different shade, but yeah,
a little bit.
You're close.
We need to burn it a little bit for him to be really at home. Two on for Doyle, who helps out De Jesus. Oh, 2. Cleveland is trailing now 5-3. San Diego is in unstoppable mode. Luis Camposano, a 2-run double from the bottom of their card. Can you remember any season where teams have been so multiple personality so harshly?
No. I mean, you look at the Padres, you look at what the Red Sox did early in the year.
Ground ball to third. Right at Keith. Turn from Torres on the money. Hold that thought, Mr. Scales, because coming up is the Figer Law 7th inning stretch.
Very nice. Well done right there. Good turn by Glaber. Didn't rush. Turn
early with Bet365.
Max Clark getting ready here on deck, and wouldn't you know, coming up, he was actually a pitcher to the point where he could throw a 97-mile-an-hour fastball in high school. And in fact, he was actually recruited as a pitcher. Pitched his freshman, sophomore, and even early into his junior year. He received 5 to 10 offers from Michigan. In fact, he got recruited by Chris Fetter, who was with the Wolverines at the time. Max met him this summer going into his 8th grade year, and he actually recruited him as a hitter. The two also played for the same travel team growing up in the Indiana Bulls. So small world, you could say, boys.
And a long fly here, deep to left, and once again, Ben Malgeri lays into one. That's 2 of them tonight.
Another good swing by Malgeri. Hit a changeup off speed down before. This is a fastball up and in. He gets his hands to it. Just pulls his hands in, gets the barrel to this thing. That is some good hitting, short and quick on the inside. Didn't try to do too much. Back of the home bullpen.
He had 1 career home run. He's got 3 career home runs right now, and of course he's going to smile like that.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? Show homers.
That's a line drive, smoke to right and past the dive of Montgomery. Turn on the wheels, Max Clark. Third base is your home. Here come the Tigers.
Just a sinker down. Goes down and away and hooks that ball to right. And he is flying around the bases. Good, efficient route. Hits the inside corner of the bags. Montgomery dove for that ball. Up a bunch of runs, you can do that. If you don't come up with it, this is what happens, though.
Shaner Roofing Wire Cam has eyes on Max Clark. 8-4. You don't have to if you're Montgomery out there.
You don't have to. I don't necessarily fault him for being aggressive. Right there, you're right. You don't have to, but he did. And fortunately for the Tigers,
Max Clark's second triple. The pendulum has swung to the Tigers. Gleyber Torres, the batter. Oh, look out. Torres at the plate. Dylan Dingler, our CNL Ward on deck hitter, trying to scan the iPad for Brazoban stuff. Grant Taylor, who sometimes is their closer, is loosening as Gleyber expands the zone on a cutter. You see how important this half inning is to Will Venable.
Yes,
with Taylor getting loose.
That's right. He's not going to play any games. This thing gets any closer, he's going to go for a guy who's closed a bunch of games for him this year.
Tapper to shortstop. It flattens out to Colson Montgomery. The Tigers will take the run in a trade for an out. Gleyber Torres the RBI. It is 8-5.
Will Venable played his infield back. Gleyber put the ball in play. And that's all he needed to do. And now it looks like Will Venable is going to come to the mound and get his right-hander.
Taylor's up. Dingler's going to hit. White Sox have to fish out 8 outs from their bullpen. It all started with a Ben Malgiri home run. Max Clark on deck had the best seat in the house. He knew it right away.
USAA, taking care of our own.
Wall side windows pitching change. Grant Taylor is on. Right-hander for the White Sox who can really throw it hard. Dylan Dingler has met his fastball. And it was a wonderful encounter for the Tigers catcher.
It sure was. It was just a short, quick swing. Fastballs in the middle of the plate, get hit hard. Dylan Dingler didn't miss that one.
That was back in June, and first a cascading breaking ball for strike one. Dylan 0 for 3 tonight. He's 0 for his last 21. And Taylor got inside with that sinker. Fly ball straightaway center. Brenton Doyle is underneath to make the catch. 2 down. Taylor is an LSU alum, an LSU Tiger, and that community is mourning today with the loss of the legendary, one of the best of all time to coach in college baseball, Skip Bertman.
Yeah, he's a legend in the college baseball game. I had a good conversation with Ben McDonald when the Orioles were in here playing against the Tigers, and didn't go there for any other reason. That the conversation led us there, but he was talking about the influence that Skip Bertman had on him as a human, as a player, and now even as a grown man, and he just talked in glowing terms about Skip Bertman. So obviously baseball world, whether it be college, professional, the baseball industry mourns the loss of a legendary coach and influencer of young men, Skip Bertman.
And a program that has just been one of the class acts in all of college baseball. That is not a place you want to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday with a thin bullpen to Alex Box Stadium.
No.
1-1 to Kevin McGonigal, who was committed to Auburn in the SEC, and he fouls away strike 2. Two and 2 from Taylor.
And Taylor's got some really good stuff out there. Big power fastball, curveball, slider.
Shattered bat flare to third. Vargas is underneath. Splinters everywhere. Tigers are clawing back though behind the bat of Ben Malgiri. Solo shot to lead off the inning. Max Clark scored after a triple. It's 8-5. and will never break the chain. 8-5 White Sox leading the Tigers in the 8th. That's a lot of hopping. That's one thing kids can do that adults can't do, is hop for that long.
Juice, man. Energy. Someone's passed out, torn Achilles.
That's right. We got a challenge, ABS challenge. Powered by T-Mobile. It is a strike. It just caught the zone. The White Sox are out of challenges by a hair. By a hair.
Just a little bit. That's it. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Popped up. Third base side, foul territory. Keith on the run. Dingler's over there. Cole reaches out. Did he pull that in? Yeah, he did. One down. What a play by Colt Keith.
Oh, that is a heck of a play by Colt Keith. You should know your own ballpark. He does. He's got to navigate the ball coming back to the field. Gets over there, and he's sprinting over there, but he's under control. You see how he got to the edge of the grass and the dirt. He started to break it down. He knew where he was. Stuck that leather out there, and that bad boy went in. That's a heck of a play by Colt Keith over there at third base. Nice. Just reach over that rail. Just enough.
Ball side windows pitching change is Ty Madden, who comes on to face Miguel Vargas here in the 8th. The Tigers have scored the last 2 runs in this game. They trail 8-5. We're in the top of the 8th in a pivotal 3-game series between the White Sox and the Tigers. The Tigers have already lost this season's series to Cleveland. It's 3-all between the Tigers and White Sox. And remember, there's no game 163 anymore. If you have the tiebreaker, good on you. If you don't, bad on you.
Bad on you. Not good on you.
Ball 1 to Vargas, who has been, I'd say, a thorn in the side, but it's been more painful than that.
Yeah. Stick in the ribs.
Man. It's a high fastball, towering fly ball left center field. Max Clark full Spider-Man, and he can't even reel it in. It's a home run for Vargas. It's his 2nd homer, his 4th hit, and it's 9-5.
It's gone from a thorn in the side to stick in the ribs to
let's get him out of here.
Pencil in the eye. Miguel Vargas climbs the ladder, get this fastball up and away from him. And he went top hand on him, got on top of that ball and hit it a ton. Towering fly ball that ends up in the White Sox bullpen.
4th career multi-homer game for Vargas. 9-5 Chicago. Bobby, that's their 4th home run tonight.
Yeah. No cheapies either.
That is their 7th 4-home run game as a team. Three 3-0 to Benintendi. Swing for Benintendi. Max Clark makes the catch.
Just another, you swing 3-0 on heaters in the middle of the plate. That's a decision you make. If you get the one you want, you make the guy throw it in a small space, and if it's in this area you want it in, you fire on it with confidence. Saw what Murakami did. Benintendi fired on that pitch right there, popped it up. But again, that's just another fastball in the middle.
Look, when everybody's hitting the homers and you're swinging it as a group like they are tonight, you don't blame anybody for deciding to be hyper aggressive.
Absolutely not.
Montgomery's 3 for 4. Got that 2-run triple. A ball and a strike on Braden Montgomery. Swing and a miss, 1-2 on Montgomery.
Good cutter up from Ty Madden. He'll use that cutter all over the zone.
This has to be the first back-to-back Montgomery offense in a while. All they're missing is Elizabeth Montgomery. 1-2. Swerves inside, 2-2.
Yeah, I like that from Madden. He threw that cutter in the pitch before, and then he wanted to try to zip him with that fastball in. Tell you what, Braden Montgomery's got a sharp eye at the plate. Sees it very early.
Big chopper to shortstop. McGonigal inning over. Tigers will try and come back after this.
Find yours.
Celebrate the USA semi-quincentennial with the USA 250 special ticket package. Coming up September 7th as the Tigers host the Twins. Pick up this one-of-a-kind USA-themed Tigers jersey and show your patriotism. Get yours today at tigers.com/special ticket.
We look forward to that. As here's a ground ball to shortstop. Colson Montgomery will handle it. And he's got Valencia for the opening out of the home eighth. One down for Colt Keith as we cross into the 9 o'clock hour here tonight in downtown Detroit. Fireworks night at the ballpark. Tigers are hoping to give everybody a real surprising thrill, trailing 9-5. 5 outs to go. And strike one. But again, it's going to be one of those topsy-turvy closes to the year. The Red Sox finally won yesterday, but they're down 7-3 to Pittsburgh. They had lost 5 in a row. That's a strike called 0-2. I mean, the Dodgers, if the playoffs started today, the Dodgers would play in the wild card round.
That's the crazy part. You know, we touched on it earlier in the game. It's just, I've never seen, and it's not a few teams, the level of hot and cold that has been had by many, many teams across the industry this year. The Cubs win 10 straight, they lose 10 straight, they win 10 straight again. And then the Red Sox go on their run, and everybody thinks the NL West is just game, set, match. And like you said, the Dodgers, as it starts today, they're a wild card team.
Well, yeah, they're playing as the 3rd seed.
Right.
They're in the wild card round. It's crazy town. You got the Marlins 2.5 back of a wild card spot. The Diamondbacks, as always, are a half game out of the wild card. That's a hit to left field. Colt Keith with a base knock. And he's going to think about second. On his way. He's in there with a double. Tell you what, Peters got there pretty quickly, but Colt outran the wrap.
That is an outstanding swing by Colt Keith. Good timing, gets his foot down, good posture. He just slaps that ball down the line right there. That's a four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour away from him. And then decides to go two. You said it, Peters did a nice job cutting that ball off. But Colt Keith slid in there ahead of that tag very easily.
Now Torque. First pitch, ball one. You mentioned it, Grant Taylor threw 36 pitches the other day. So the further he goes, the more his availability is in question beyond tonight. But Will Venable knows how important this opener is. Chopper toward first base. That's a long run for Taylor. The throw is on target and a nice reaching grab. Murakami to Taylor, and that is an exceptional play. There's a lot of green there.
Yeah, that's a great play for a lot of reasons. Number one, Murakami, if he doesn't catch that ball, nobody's going to catch it. That's the hardest throw a first baseman ever has to make, is to the pitcher covering. Do you feather it over there? Do you try to lead him? Torque's fantastic at it. He just buries it in his chest more often than not. Grant Taylor, very athletic play to reach behind him, secure the baseball, and then look down and find the base.
And a smart job by his catcher, Romo, to take a walk out, use one of those mound visits, because Taylor was one step away from blowing one of the Three Little Pigs houses down. He was huffing and puffing after a lengthy run to first base. Z-Mac takes a ball high.
Good pitch right there by Grant Taylor, getting back in that count with the off-speed pitch.
On the 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, trickling to short. It's Montgomery, a rangy play to keep the Tigers off the scoreboard. Strong effort by the White Sox infield here in the 8th.
No, it's a nice play. Montgomery, tremendous athlete, makes it look easy. It wasn't that easy.
(9-5) White Sox, top of the 9th inning in the series opener. Tigers are trailing in the AL Central by 2.5. They swept the White Sox here back in June. The White Sox swept the Tigers in Chicago in May. First pitch, 9th inning, fouled away. Ty Madden to Colson Montgomery. Elsewhere, George Kirby threw 42 pitches in the 2nd inning. The Astros lead the Mariners 5-2. Padres are trying to add on the Guardians here tonight. It's 5-4 in the 7th, but 2 are on against Colin Holderman in that 7th inning. Oh, it's 6-4. Just as I said that, Luis Camposano doubled in a run again.
Wow.
Padres are never going to lose again. Ever in the history of anything. Orioles and Rays are tied at 2. I mentioned that score from down in Tampa when it's an even ball game, so nobody gets suspended.
That's right.
Because when Tampa leads, all bets are off. 1-2. Ty Madden. It's a splitter down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tigers are going to see the Pirates after this series in Pittsburgh, and the Pirates are just doing enough to hang around. They're up 8-3 on Boston tonight. If you had to pick a dark horse team to worry about or care about in this AL race for the Tigers, just to watch and make sure they don't get caught by blank, who would it be? Of that whole bunch.
I would have to say
strike 3, 1 away.
Texas.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
Why Texas? Look at all these teams to pick from.
Yeah. Well, I take that back. I take that back.
You could say Texas.
No,
I'm not.
I Minnesota.
Really?
I do. And I don't. It's a straight gut feel. But this is the team that they sold off everything. They
last year.
True, and they restocked a few things, but they've had some guys come up and perform from their minor league system. They've got some guys that had difficult years. They've claimed off waivers. They've had some other guys that just had good seasons. They're just having that enough of that magic to where you could justify it. There's no markers that necessarily tell me this is a team you should look for X reason. But they're still there.
They are. They are. I mean, you know, Kalen Culpepper comes up and homers in his first game.
Yep.
We have not seen him yet close up. Torque gets a glove on it but can't reel it in. And that's a base hit for Chase Meidroth. And he's going to go for second. Throw by McKinstry. Not in time. McGonigal had to reach for it to the northwest side of the bag, and Meidroth with a great read, just grinding out of the box for 2 bases. And the Tigers are going to challenge here and see if they can pluck that out at second base.
Yeah, that was a tremendous effort by Torque. And did McGonigal get back on that spinorama tag? I don't think that he did. We're getting a great look on our Detroit Sports Net monitors. Looks like he got those red batting gloves in on the bag. just ahead of the tag from McGonigal.
So this manager's challenge brought to you by Mazda. They can sync these two up. I agree with you, Bobby. I think that's a good call by you. It does look like he's in there, but maybe did you get the... I
mean, are we talking laces of the glove here? I mean, that's...
Can't be laces.
I think he gets... Yeah, I think that right batting glove, he's wearing those red batting gloves, that right one gets on that corner of the bag, closest to the outfield side before the tag gets on the forearm, the left forearm.
I think that's exactly the right call, Bobby. It looks like this will be upheld. It's taken a while, though, which
is taking a while.
Bad news. The question would be, did he just graze the finger with the glove proper?
Yeah.
And then he gets a face full of helmet, by the way.
Oh, wait a minute. Did he get did he graze that left hand? And was the right hand on there?
I know. That one makes me think. Mazda's getting their money's worth here tonight.
I still got him safe.
I'm with you. It is taking a while.
After review, the runner's hand did beat the throw. The call on the field is confirmed. He's safe. Detroit loses their challenge.
I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that's the right call. I also like taking the chance there. I mean, this is a pivotal point in the game. Any chance to come back diminishes a touch if Mydroff's able to score.
Well, and you have the manager, the crew chief challenge that you can ask for in the 8th inning and beyond. So you're not really out of the ability to challenge unless the crew chief, Dan Isonia, says we don't want to, which you typically don't see.
Right.
There's Dan, a reasonable fella. 1-0 on Peters. White Sox tonight have pounded out 14 hits. Their first 4 hits were singles. Since then, they have 2 singles. It's a ground ball to second. 2 gone. Gleyber Torres takes care of Peters. And Romo scheduled up. Tigers in the bottom of the 9th will have Malgiri, Clark, and Torres. Strike 1 to Romo.
Yeah, good cutter right there from Ty Madden.
Ball and a strike on Romo. Former first-round pick of the Rockies out of high school down Texas way. Swings through a cutter.
It's been a good pitch for Ty Madden, that cutter. So gets it on the back door. Darts just off, darts back on. If Ty can't get us out of this inning, get back to the dugout, give him a finish.
One more strike to get. You have Romo and Madden. NFL lovers are like, excuse me? Third base side, boom, end of the inning. Greg Olson around too.
You want Figer Law.
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. The Tigers find themselves down 9-5 heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. Coming up on Tigers postgame, we'll take a look at what was a tough day for Tigers pitching as the White Sox put up 14 hits, including 4 home runs. The Tigers do have 3 more outs to play with, though, and you know what they say. It ain't over till it's over, guys.
That is true. Brian Hudson is on Daniela to face Ben Malgiri, who's had the biggest night offensively in the majors that he's had. Hudson, our wall side windows pitching change. He is the 4th pitcher used out of the bullpen tonight. That's including Urquidy, who was really the bulk guy for 3 2/3. Newcomb started. Brazaban an inning and a third. Grant Taylor an inning and 2/3. And now Hudson to try and shut the door on a Tigers rally. Ben couldn't hold up. Strike 3, 1 away.
Yeah, it's fastball up. Tough look. Big lefty out there, 6'8". Tremendous extension. Feel like he's all over you when he's throwing this 4-seam fastball. Top of the zone. Just explodes on you. 2/3 of what he does throwing the ball to home plate. They're going to be fastballs. He likes it. It's a good one. You see why.
Gets there fast. First pitch, there it is. It's 90, but it looks livelier.
Feels livelier too. When you're on the this was the worst for me, guys with that great extension. They didn't really measure it back when I was playing, but you feel it. You knew the guys that were all over you when they were letting that ball go.
Yeah, that's a beautiful strike. 0-2. Strike 3, back-to-back punch-outs very quickly. He is 3 strikes away from an immaculate inning.
Yeah. Didn't play around right here. There's 3 hitters right by Max Clark. This is a tough at-bat for a lefty. Especially a young lefty. They don't have those guys in AAA. All those guys are here.
Gleyber Torres. Strike 1, 2 strikes away from an immaculate inning. That's 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts. Brian Hudson is on that track. 0-1. Well, it wasn't meant to be. Those things are rare, man.
They are rare. You don't realize how rare they are.
1-1, off we go. That is lashed to center. Base hit, Gleyber Torres. Maybe the Tigers will make the inning immaculate for themselves.
It's possible. They're still alive. Dunks one in there on that sweeper. He'll take it.
Dingler. First pitch swing, popped up. Meidroth is out. He's still going. He'll leave it to Montgomery, who slides to his top and makes the catch. The White Sox have won the opener of a pivotal 3-game series here in mid-August. Final score 9-5, based on a boatload of home runs tonight from Chicago.
The barrage was early and often. Couldn't overcome all the extra base hits, the homers and the doubles from that White Sox offense. You knew they could hit. Tigers got a full dose of it this evening.
So, got to get right back on the horse tomorrow. See if you can carve back into that lead and bring it back to 2.5. Bobby, see you then.
Thank you, buddy. See you there.
All right, sounds good. We say farewell for Danny Blunt, Mark Isofano, our entire marvelous crew. For Logan Reaver, Bobby Scales, Jason Benetti saying farewell. Cure Auto postgame.